FPL Game Week 22 team selection. Game Week 21 ended just last night with Amad Diallo's dramatic 12-minute hat-trick. And we have another deadline to look forward to tomorrow morning on Saturday. So in today's video, we'll be going through a review of how my Game Week 21 went, my lineup for Game Week 22, the captaincy, which looks like it's going to be a very tight one, and also some planning for the double coming up in Game Week 24. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe. Let's get into it. What's up? It's FPL Vert, where arrows go green, and for the 5th time in the last 7 game weeks, they did go green. Yeah, good week all round. 6 points above the safety score, so not a massive green arrow, but we take the green arrows wherever they can. Of course, captain Palmer over Salah, which was great, but it would have been better had I captained Isak. Obviously lost 6 points listening to Eddie Howe's comments about Isak's availability. Probably should have just been able to read through his usual bluff. So that's alright. Obviously the main problem of this week was selling Foden, who went off for 15 points, to bring in Gordon, who went off for 9, so it's not completely the end of the world, but we're also down 6 points there as well. And of course, before the deadline, I knew I wanted to play Wood because I felt he could score against Liverpool. So it was between Rodgers and Sarr, and they ended up scoring the same amount of points. So probably should have just benched Salah. I'm joking. But yes, I'm not going to roll this week for sure, because I was pretty settled on my double Game Week 24 lineup, but I may have to bring in an Everton player. So we can discuss that later. Into the team selection, and before the lineup, just some news that came out this morning. Arne Slot announced that Diogo Jota is a doubt for Brentford. Of course, he only just returned from injury and also scored the equaliser off the bench, but this does complicate matters. It uncomplicates matters perhaps, because if Jota is not going to be available, it's one less attacker to get into the front three of Liverpool. And of course, I settled on my triple up with Liverpool, preparing for this double game week with Alisson, Trent and Salah, because I wasn't too sure about who's going to get enough minutes and who's going to get enough starts. But if Jota's going to be out of the team, and also if Gakpo doesn't play against Lille on Tuesday or gets reduced minutes, I may bring in Gakpo ahead of Game Week 23 as we're playing Ipswich at home, and of course Wood goes away to Bournemouth. So that's one to keep an eye on. But starting in goal, as mentioned, Alisson I've brought in. Another reason why I want to kind of sell him is because he hasn't been that good. I've owned him for 6 game weeks since Game Week 16, and I've gotten just 1 clean sheet and no save points from him. But yeah, as mentioned, Liverpool travelling to West London to face Brentford. Of course, they dropped points at Nottingham Forest, so they're going to be looking to get back to winning ways straight away. And of course, Liverpool are on a 16 league match unbeaten run. And they've also won their last 4 meetings with Brentford, so this could be the perfect game for them to get back on track. But games with Brentford tend to be very open, with games featuring Brentford seeing at least 3 goals in 12 of the last 15 league games. So could hope for saves, but that actually hasn't happened yet since I've owned him. So as mentioned, Brentford are open game, and they've actually conceded in every home league game this season. So hopefully Trent can contribute to this. Gabriel Magalhaes put in his 3rd player of the match performance in as many North London derbies on Wednesday, and they welcome Aston Villa, looking to avenge this fixture from last year when they lost 2-0, which obviously proved terminal in the hunt for the Premier League. But Aston Villa won for the first time in 5 away attempts, having lost their previous 5 in a row before winning at Everton 1-0. So considering that Arsenal are unbeaten in their last 11 matches and 11 league matches, and also in their last 13 home league matches, I think Arsenal will be looking to win the game. Whether it's with a clean sheet is another matter. Lewis Hall welcomes Bournemouth in the Saturday early kickoff, and Newcastle have kept a clean sheet in 5 of their last 6 games. So we'll be hoping for points either at the back or going forward, or both. So let's see what happens. As mentioned, Brentford is a very open game, and considering Liverpool scored at least twice in their last 3 meetings with the Bees, and of course given the amount of goals that feature when Brentford play a game, it's a very difficult captaincy call, because of course Wolves at home is a great fixture also. But I did watch the Nottingham Forest game, and even though I went against Salah, I might have gotten lucky with it, because he definitely should have scored. He definitely should have at least returned once, and there was a few crazy saves. Ola Aina also kept out a goal-bound shot off the line as well. So at the moment, the captaincy is on Salah. Of course, this is not locked in, so don't hold my word for it. But of course, I will post my final team 15 minutes before the deadline. Cole Palmer welcomes Wolves on the Monday night football fixture, so that's another reason why the captaincy might be enticing. Of course, we always love a Monday night fixture after the weekend. But Chelsea are winless for 5 league games. So, of course, Wolves have been open due to their defensive frailties. Games that have featured Wolves have also featured 3 goals in 9 of their last 10 games. And Wolves have also conceded at least twice in their last 3 games. So, it all points to a Chelsea win. Of course, we've been saying that for the last 5 games. So let's see what happens. But he's currently on the vice. I'm honestly not too sure. What do you actually think about this? I'm going to have to really give this one some thought because I'm not too sure. I just think Salah has more routes to points in terms of goals, whereas Palmer, even though he's gotten 3 10-pointers in his last 4 games, he's had to create some moments to make those goals. And obviously, Nicholas Jackson is not in the best form either. So when you're relying on someone that's out of form to convert an assist, it's not really the best, is it? But let's see what happens. Ismail Sarr travels to West Ham, and it's West Ham that's conceded at least twice in the last 3 league matches. So considering Sarr finally got a return with his assist to Mateta, I think we could be good for some points. Of course, I wish I had Eze, but that's not a problem. And of course, Palace are undefeated in 9 of their last 10 league matches. So considering that they're also undefeated in their last 5 trips to West Ham, we could hope for a win, which hopefully involves a goal featuring Ismail Sarr. Anthony Gordon is also welcoming Bournemouth to his St James Park, and considering that they've won 9 wins in a row, Newcastle will be looking to make it 10, and it's 6 times in a row that Newcastle have won in the league, and they've scored at least twice in the last 8 league matches, so we're hoping for more points. Of course, Gordon has returned in his last 8 games as well. Chris Wood welcomes Southampton to the City Ground, and of course Nottingham Forest are in crazy form at the moment, and Wood has now scored in back-to-back games, so we'll be looking to hope and make that happen. Of course, Southampton just keep conceding goals, they keep letting goals in, so we're hoping for some points there. He won't be my captain though. Nicholas Jackson, of course, what a player at the moment, because he just keeps points dodging. Of course, he opened the scoring against Bournemouth. Well, he assisted the opening, but he should have had at least 2 or 3 more returns. If you watch the game, he let a lot of chances go. So I do think he's worth holding for Wolves at least, but then we'll see what happens after that. And Alexander Isak could be on the hunt for history at the moment, having scored 8 games in a row. The current record is 11, so he could be breaking that very soon. But of course, we have to see what happens. But yeah, I think he's good to own at the moment. Of course, he's risen in price a lot, so it's good to own. So that's the lineup for today. I'm definitely rolling. As mentioned, I could be moving to Gakpo. I'm not too sure. And I'd have to obviously bring in Pickford as well. So that depends on Gakpo's minutes in the midweek and also his performance, I guess. I'm not really looking at Diaz because there's no midfielders I want to sell. So that's how we're looking at the moment. So if you have any questions, drop it into the comments. Of course, if you want to follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, that'd be great too. And of course, if you DM me or ask any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. So good luck this week, and I'll see you next week.